Hello, this is your Empress Divine Miss Tasha Turner herself. Welcome to Queendom Come. Libra, this is your February 2019 full month tarot reading. Just a couple of announcements. I am doing things a little bit different in terms of getting personal readings now. So disregard all of those steps and instructions in the description box. If you just shoot me an email, we can get it together. It's $15 for 15 minutes, $25 for 30 minutes, and $40 for an hour reading. And you got to have a whole lot going on if you need an hour. But to each their own. Also, with Super Chat, I am unable to see the live stream. So my laptop is connected to the Wi-Fi. For some reason, my tablet is not connecting, and my tablet is where I usually look at the live chat. So don't send any super chats to have me answer your question during this live stream. That will be available during other live streams as soon as I figure out what's going on with my tablet. But in the meantime, if you still want to use super chat to just give out of the kindness of your heart, I definitely do encourage and appreciate your generosity. So let's go ahead and get into your February 2019 tarot reading, Libra. We're getting these Goddess Guidance cards together. Goddess Guidance, give us something to guide Libra in February 2019. February 2019 for Libra. Okay, we have Sacred Space. I'm going to go with all three of them. Usually I just do two, but I mean, I guess three of them needed to come out for y'all. The Sacred Space card says create an altar or visit a power place to connect with the divine. You don't have to have a physical altar all the time. Sometimes your sacred space is honoring yourself, adorning yourself, beautifying yourself, because your body is, your first temple. That in itself can be your altar. But if you choose to do so and it makes you feel better and you resonate with having that physical, tangible, something that you can touch, see, smell, hear, and feel right there in front of you, then creating an altar with your crystals or your favorite jewels or your smell goods, things that make you feel beautiful, that make you feel at peace, your aromatherapy products, um, candles, things that symbolize whatever chakras you need to balance or work on, that type of thing, then it is encouraged here in February because you may be under more stress than usual. So that could be something that will help you to de-stress and help you to find your zen again. Here we have the arts. It says express yourself through creative activities. So there's something within you, a special gift that you have, Libra. And Libras are pretty, I mean, people usually take pretty well to Libras. Libras tend to be pretty popular when they utilize their gifts. Just think of like Libra musicians, like everybody loves them. Cardi B, T.I., Snoop Dogg. These are people who have had, well, not Cardi B because she just kind of popped off, but her rise to popularity has been amazing and extraordinary. But people like T.I. and Snoop Dogg, they've been doing this for like 20 years plus you know so once you really step into what it is that you are good at and what it is that helps you to express yourself in your own way and in your own lane, most of the time it's very well received. So with these two cards here is like take the time to invest in yourself, spend time with yourself, find that sacred space within yourself that allows you to flow free creatively, because there's a call here in February to go ahead and jumpstart a certain art of yours or a certain creative endeavor or some type of special gift that you've been given that I feel like you've already been thinking about jump starting. Once you do it, you'll be surprised by how well received it is. Then you have the Guardian card here saying you and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. So to that effect of what I was just talking about, if you have something that you've been nervous about getting started, go ahead and do it. Because once again, I feel you will be well received. You'll be surprised at the type of favor and grace and that you are shown. People, spreading your talents or your gifts by word of mouth. People allowing you to put your product or your art in their stores or in their gallery. things like that. So don't shortchange yourself in any way. Also, when things get a little stressed, just know that it's all helping you. It's all a part of making you a more creative person. People who always have had a good life, they usually tend to be pretty dull. But when you go through things, it adds more character, it gives you more virtue. So don't shy away from stressful things. Just make sure that you have that sacred space to yourself, to where you keep yourself first and you keep your own personal well-being at the forefront of your mind, because I do see that whatever you go through, you will be shown tenderness and mercy and love and grace. Where other people may have it, people in the same situation may have it harder, you can kind of, not saying breeze by, because everyone has their issues, but you have a certain pull on others that makes them want to show you mercy or give you help or lend a hand or extend their time to listen to you as you vent. You have that type of energy around you, just basically saying that you're protected in all things. So that's the goddess guidance that I'm getting for you, Libra, in February. Let's get some tarot clarifiers. We have a 12 card spread. I'm not doing the multiple cards on top of the 12 cards in the spread. That's something that I am reserving just for personal readings now, because things get a little bit more in depth than they need to be for a general. So I'm just going to go with the 12 card placement, and we're going to work with that energy and run it that way. So Libra, February 2019, we get 12 tarot card clarifiers for the energy around Libra in February 2019. Here we have the Eight of Cups, Ace of Staffs, Judgment, Six of Cups, the Star, Ace of Cups, Nine of Staffs, Eight of Staffs, Six of Swords, Empress, Three of Coins, Ten of Staffs. So let me tell y'all what's immediately jumping out at me with these cards. Libra, I feel like you're tired of something, like you are on your last straw with something, because we have the Ten of Staffs, which is a card of like, you're tired of carrying a load by yourself. It's like you need help and somebody is not offering you the support that you need. I'm also seeing the Six of Swords here, which is saying that you're coming from a place of having controversy and you're ready to get away from that and move to calmer waters or move to a happier place. Then we have this Eight of Cups up here, which is saying that you are getting away from emotional instability and trying to find the higher purpose either for yourself or in a situation. So you're looking for something more than what it is that you're being given right now. And the Judgment card, which is like, banging the gavel. You putting the smack down, bringing down the hammer on something or someone. And also the Six of Cups card up here in this corner. This is something like a situation that has some history, or you have a long history with something or someone, but it's almost like you understand that the sun is setting on this certain situation and something has to give, something has to change. And for your own best interest and for you to go forth and create a better life for yourself, is like you have to walk away from it, whether that be literally or figuratively, whether you just like emotionally shut down or actually leave the situation. It's like you have to get away from something, because I think it's like you realize that that season in your life has passed. So that could be why this sacred space, goddess guidance card came out here earlier. um the stresses, the thing that you're walking away from, the happier place that you're having to get to. Whenever you have a transition like that in your life, things become a bit stressful, because when we get out of our comfort zone, it usually doesn't feel too good, when you first start moving away from something that you find yourself comfortable in, or when you get the realization that, okay, this is my comfort zone, but it's not helping me grow. I'm not thriving, I'm not flourishing in this space. It doesn't feel good to know that you have to leave this thing that makes you so comfortable. And that can also be about the sacred space too. This kind of stale situation, the situation where you're just kind of staying because you have history within the situation. You could have made that your sacred space And with the arts card is like it's time for you to do something for yourself. You can't make a situation involving other people your sacred space, because you can never control other people. Other people have their own free will. You can only control yourself. So if you make a situation involving someone else your sacred place or your safe space, that place is never really safe or solid, because the moment another person decides that they want to leave or that they don't want to cooperate with you anymore or support you anymore, that sacred space becomes a place of chaos or a place of discontent. So, yeah, it's just being called upon to find a sacred space within yourself. And a good way to do that is by artistically expressing yourself, exercising your own gifts, and trusting that whatever you do or whatever art you put out there to the world, it will be well received, and that it will help you to receive that grace and mercy and comfort that you so desperately may be seeking in a stressful situation. So that's just an overview of what I'm seeing with these cards. I'll go into each individual card placement, starting with the I was about to say eight of coins, which is about your specialty and that special gift that you have in working it. So that was in the back of my mind, even though I was seeing the eight of cups. I feel like your special gift or your special talent is going to help you to be able to walk away from a situation that's emotionally unstable. It's apparent. You may think that you're hiding it, or you may think that you're keeping it a secret, or you're being kind of secretive or mysterious about something, but it's apparent. Other people around you can see that you are dissatisfied in some situation. Other people can see that you are emotionally unstable. And I know Libra doesn't like to hear that, because Libra, you kind of care about how people see you. You care about your relationships with other people, being the seventh house of relationships. The Libra house is about how you relate to people. So how people see you is important to you. And right now, I'm really feeling like in February, people can see that you are discontent emotionally. And I do feel like you are looking for something to cling onto or something to look forward to. You're trying to look at the bright side of things and trying to hold on to your happiness or your spiritual stability. But being in an emotional situation is hard to do that. And that's just kind of spilling over for other people to see. It's like people see that you're in a situation where you kind of want to get away from something that is not making you happy. In the Ace of Staffs, you may be actually thinking about leaving a situation for your own good, like trying to save yourself. I'm really getting that energy of saving yourself, because that comes across with that Six of Swords card too. This woman and her child, she was like, I'm taking me and my babies and we getting the hell out of here, because there's nothing here for us. We're moving to a better place now. That could be a situation. You could have children, and it's like, okay, I know that me and my children deserve more. And you may be afraid to leave the comfort of a situation, especially if you're like in a long-term relationship. You may be afraid to leave that situation because there's comfort there. And being a single mother is not easy. Trust me on that. But it's a certain type of strength that you get from it, that if you've never experienced being a single mother, you couldn't really understand. There's a certain type of strength behind that. So that's for some people who this that may resonate with. For others, it's just like you're thinking about striking out on your own. You're thinking about following your passions. I think you're realizing that you've invested too much of yourself in someone else, or in a situation that is not all about you. Basically, you've given too much of yourself to something outside of yourself. And with the Ace of Staffs card, I feel like that is saying that you're thinking about reclaiming your value or reclaiming your self-esteem, reclaiming that fire within yourself, because you realize that you have certain talents or passions or things that you can do that make you feel like somebody, that make you feel special. So that's a part of you being able to overcome that feeling of discontent or emotional instability by finding that place within yourself. And I do think that you will have the financial landing pad or the financial cushion to be able to jumpstart whatever endeavor you may have that you want to start in your mind, or whatever business that you want to do, or whatever art you may want to do. Because this card has like the woman with the bracelets and the painted nails, I'm really feeling like cosmetology, or you know aesthetics and stuff like that, of design, making things pretty. I'm really feeling that with this reading. So that could apply to some people. If you have some type of business where you want to decorate, whether it be like, cake making, pretty cakes, or decorating people's houses, or rearranging their closets, or, doing hair or makeup or nails. There's nail techs too. That's a booming business right now, for real, for real. I wish I could do it. um that's You have good energy here in February to go ahead and jumpstart on that. But whatever it is that you get started, that is your own special thing for you. You have favorable energy around you in February, Libra. So moving on to this next card, Judgment. Is like you're done with something, like mentally you're drained. It's like to the point you could feel like you're in a low space mentally, or you're in a place where it's like you feel like you may be talking to a brick wall with somebody, because the third card position does talk about communication. You could be trying to get across your feelings to somebody and how you don't feel appreciated, and how you feel like you give too much of yourself to someone or to a situation involving others, and you don't feel like you are receiving that back. And it's almost like you're talking to a brick wall. So it's like, okay, if you're not going to hear me, then I'm just done with it. Or, okay, well, let me just shut down. Let me just stop expressing myself because I feel like I'm on repeat. I feel like a broken record going over and over and over saying how I feel. And obviously, it's either you don't care or you just can't understand where I'm coming from. So that Judgment card is saying, like, you know what? Fuck it. Excuse my language. I'm trying to stop cursing because my channel is monetized now, and I'm trying to get all these advertisement coins. And these ad people ain't really jiving too well with all the cursing. So I'm trying to switch that up too. But yeah, Judgment is like, I feel like between two people, somebody is not listening, or somebody is not receptive to what it is that Libra is saying, or how Libra is feeling, or how Libra is thinking. The other party may think that you are being dramatic, or that you are being unable to compromise, or that I'm also feeling this too. Okay, let me kind of back up with that. What I'm feeling is that some party is kind of used to a behavior, and now that Libra may be feeling that you're unappreciated, or that you're not getting back all that you invest into a situation, you are going to pull back on the type of behaviors that you are given. So basically, you draw an end to a certain type of behavioral pattern, or a certain type of consistency that you were given. And the other person is looking at you like you're the problem. When it's like, no, I stopped being that way because I was not receiving anything in return. It's like I kept hitting a dead end, kept trying shit, don't work, trying shit, won't work. But is like something wasn't clicking, like the other person wasn't able to receive. So it's like, you know what, bump it, I'm done. Like, I'm not gonna keep extending myself, showing you all this love, or showing you all this, kindness or tenderness, and I can't get the same thing from you. So it's like, you're done. You kind of have that energy of just being like, I'm over it, type of thing too. I'm like, I'm not satisfied. I don't really know how much more I can take. I don't really know what more I can do, because I feel like I've extended all of my options and given you as much patience as I have for you, and I don't have any more patience. So now it's just like, I'm judging you as this person that either can't understand, can't get right, or won't get right. And either way, I'm done. It's like I have to look out for me now. In the fourth card position, you have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is, again, I was talking about, this is something that has a long history. You and this person have a long history. This is the card placement for home and family. So you've either, you have a literal family with this person, or this person has known you and your family, has become a part of the family. Y'all may be living together for a long time, if y'all had a long-term marriage. These are people in the household, you know. So this is somebody, obviously, if you're in a relationship with them and it's the household card, you probably have been living with them for a long time. Whatever the case may be, there's like a history here. And that's a big factor in all of this, because I feel like that's the only reason why you've tried so hard to make things work, or you haven't fully stepped out and started just taking care of yourself yet, because there's a history. And like I said, Libra is the house of relationships. So you value relationships, especially the long-term relationships. The longer someone is in your life, the more you tend to put up from that person, the more you tend to put up with from that person, because you value relationships. So the fact that this is a long-term relationship that is coming through here energetically, that's the only reason why it's such an issue. Because I mean, if it was just some random person off the street, somebody who ain't meant nothing to you, it's nothing for you to be like, okay, well, bye. I'm not discussing my feelings with you. I'm not, overextending myself for some random. But of course, this is somebody who you have history with, emotional history, maybe even children with. Like, their background, they know your background. And I feel like that's why it's even harder for you to stomach the fact that they're not feeling where you're coming from. It's like they know what you've gone through, or what they've gone through, and you've shown them a certain level of understanding, but it doesn't seem like they can give you the same thing. So there's that lack of reciprocity that I feel here with this energy. Um, in the fifth card position, we have the star. You could be dealing with an Aquarius, because the star is an Aquarius card. The fifth card position here is like the Leo house. So they could be like an Aquarius with Leo placements, or they could be an Aquarius that is kind of hard to control, or hard to, well, all Aquarius are hard to control. So I can't say that, but an Aquarius that's like hard to get outside of themselves. Because one thing that I feel like about Aquarius, because I am an Aquarius sun and I have other planets in Aquarius, in the Aquarius house, the 11th house, so I have very much so Aquarian energy. One thing about Aquarius is that we are able to put ourselves in other people's shoes. But with the Aquarius card and this Leo card placement, that Leo energy could make it so that this is an Aquarius who's stubborn in their own way of thinking, and they find it hard to step outside of themselves because they're kind of more ego driven. So it could be an Aquarius male that you're dealing with, because men are, of course, are more ego driven. But this card in this position is also saying that you just want more. Like, you see more for yourself, you want more for yourself, you have like big hopes and dreams, you have high goals, and you want to get there. And that's kind of, I feel like, going to be your saving grace, because the star is also about healing. I feel like you pursuing your own goals is going to be a part of the healing process from getting over this, where you are not fulfilled in life right now. The star is also about vulnerability. So there's a level of vulnerability that you're going to have in order for you to pursue these goals, with this fifth house card also being about the things that you create, whether that be creating love, like romantic love, making love, or creating children, or creating art. It's the house of creativity and the things that you feel like a fiery passion about. So you are passionate about your goals and dreams, and I think it's going to be like your saving grace. It's going to be the thing that helps you find some stress relief in a situation where you don't feel like you're being taken care of the way you may be taking care of other people. Yeah. The star. What you want to do may, like, you may fantasize about some kind of like fame from it, or your name being known or widespread, like having a big audience, maybe even like social media fame, or just kind of I don't know, just kind of having like, fame or stardom from whatever it is that you want to do. Again, you have like these big dreams, these big goals. And I do feel like the pursuit of that in February is going to help you really calm some of the anxieties that you may be feeling, or some of the discontent or dissatisfaction that you may be feeling. In the sixth card position, we have the Ace of Cups. Now, this Ace of Cups card is like it's in the work position. This sixth card placement is like about your work ethic, the way you do things on a daily basis. And I feel like some, you get like some release or some relief or some, I feel like when you're fired up or you're mad or you're angry, you get some type of release or relief from work. And whether it be working on, your own individual passion, that thing that you want to work on and that you want to create that's going to bring you, success or stardom, whether it's that, or whether it's like literally you go to work to escape the stresses of like a home situation, or the stresses of a relationship, or stresses from your family. I do see that work is a place of relaxation, or like a blessing almost to you. So wherever it is that you work, I do feel like your work environment is good in February. That you feel supported at your job, or you feel appreciated or loved wherever it is that you work on a daily basis. I do feel like that is helping you. If you are like unemployed but you're working on your own creative endeavor, then that's where you find your relief. That's where you find that sacred space. That's where you find that spiritual blessing. You feel good, you feel loved, you feel protected with this guardian card. So a lot of, basically, like these two cards here, well, all three of them, and Libra is the only one that had three goddess guidance cards come out, but it's really all resonating now. The sacred place, the arts, and the guardian, wherever you work and whatever you're working on, that's going to bring that feeling of value to you. And that's going to help you with your self worth and your self esteem, and bringing you out of any dark places and helping you to feel loved and appreciated. In the seventh card position, we have the Nine of Staffs, and the Nine of Staffs is like, okay, I've done all that I'm gonna do, and this gonna be it. I ain't got time and got to go, Miss Ho. I'm tired. It's like I've done enough. I've done everything. I've tried every avenue. I don't really have nothing else that I want to give. And this is the relationship card. So in some type of relationship, it's like, I mean, I don't know what else you want from me. I don't really know what else more I can give you, but I feel like I've tried everything, and I'm at the point where it's like, I'm resistant to doing much else. Like from this point forward, I feel like you're gonna have to show me. In the eighth card position, you have the Eight of Staffs, which is like transformational energy. And this is why I feel like your energy is turning from outside of yourself to inside of yourself, or that's going to be the best way to kind of turn things around for you. If you want things to continue to be the way that they are, keep giving your energy and your focus to someone outside of yourself, or a situation outside of yourself. If you do want things to turn around here in February, the best thing for you to do is to turn your energy inward. That eighth card position, that's like a Scorpio house, the eighth house, and you have the eighth card position with the eighth card. So there's like double eights. So it's like a double symbol or sign from the universe saying, okay, you need to turn that energy within. Everything that you're doing for other people, start doing it for yourself. Stop asking people to pay attention to you and start paying attention to yourself. That's where the transformational energy is. Pay attention to all those high goals and big dreams that you want, because that star card has a 17 at the top. 1 + 7 = 8. So that's the third eight, triple eights. And when you see numbers out and about, like 3 8s or 3 3s and stuff, those are signs from the universe that you need to pay attention to. Most people just, be like, oh, it's 11 11, or oh, it's 3 33, or oh, I paid 888 for this, and don't really pay attention to it. But if you just stop and think about what you were thinking at that time, or music you may be hearing at that time, or who is passing by you at that time, the universe is always giving you signs. You just have to be open and aware of it and start paying attention to it. But yeah, this Eight of Staffs energy is just saying that you're turning around where you're focusing your energy. Instead of giving the best of yourself to someone outside of yourself, give the best of yourself to you. And that's going to be a big part of, transforming how you feel in February 2019. In the ninth card position, we have the Six of Swords. And I already talked about it's like, I'm ready to move, or I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get on with my life. For some people, it's going to be you moving out from with a person, or it's going to be you packing up and leaving, you getting your babies and going. Some people, it's going to be like you just thinking only of you and your children as you focus on this new happy space in life that you're trying to get to. It's like anybody that does not support you is like, okay, well, if you're not supporting me, I don't have the mental capacity to keep caring about how you feel. I have to pay attention to me and those who depend on me. So it's like you and your little tribe of people, your little unit, or whoever it is that's on your side who supports you is like, okay, I'm taking these people with me, and that's it. That's like the newness that's going on in this ninth card position. Is about higher learning, new things, new travels, new understandings. And I feel like you're getting to a point of understanding that I have to do this for me and the people who depend on me. I can't keep depending on somebody else to make me feel good, because I have other people who are depending on me for life, for the necessities of life. And if I want to give them a better life, and if I want to make sure that life is always good to them, and that they don't struggle or have to go through the same heartbreaks, or, BS that I went through, I have to get us to a better station in life. And a part of that getting to a better station in life will be pursuing your dreams. Because, like I keep saying, it's going to be well received once you actually get on it and invest in yourself. The 10th card position is the Empress. So, this is like your social standing, or what you're known for, or career endeavors. And you have the Empress card, which is the queen of all queens. That's, I'm very familiar with the Empress Divine Channel. Let me tell you something about the Empress. The Empress don't really need nobody. The Empress is smart. The Empress is beautiful. The Empress is nurturing and loving. The Empress is solid in her financial space. The Empress know how to get money. She know how to finesse her way in and out of situations. And one thing about the Empress, that she don't have to hustle hard for nothing. She has such a blessed energy around herself. It's almost like she's just a lucky person. Like, people will look at you and be like, well, how did that happen for you? Or how did you get this? Or how did you get that? How did, things pop off for you so fast? And that's why I keep telling you that whatever you're doing, I feel like you're going to be well received in this 10th card position. Whatever thing that you create, as far as like career endeavors or your business and stuff like that, like, you have that Empress energy there, like being a kept woman, of blessings coming to you, of good things happening to you, without you having to scrap and scrounge and fight to get your foot in the door. It's like literally all you have to do is like do what you love to do, and everything is going to work itself out for you. You could be a very spiritual person, or you just have really good connects or really good ties, or because a lot of Libras, they have good relationships. A lot of Libras know somebody who knows somebody. Like, y'all have good connect game. I guess because y'all have so many relationships and y'all like foster good relationships with people. So other folks don't mind connecting you or helping you network to get what you need to get out. But whatever it is that you're doing, like, it's really going to get out there real fast. And there's a very abundant energy around it. In the 11th card position, we have the Three of Coins. The Three of Coins is about collaboration and working with people for a common goal. You know, like I just said, use your friends. In the 11th card position, that's about like your networks and your friendships and associations, and how you connect with the world around you. And in February, connecting with the world around you, showing them your work, showing them what you're good at, showing them your talents. That's going to help you get to a better station in life. It's going to make you very happy. And the last card position is the Ten of Staffs, which is that energy of be like, okay, I've been doing all I can. Can I get some help? You see, like he's holding all of these staffs and he's kind of looking off in the distance, like, I mean, you want to help me? Just grab one. Can you do just something? Just something, you know? Help me out with something. But I feel like that's an energy that's coming to an end, like you overloading yourself for somebody else. I feel like that is the energy that's ending now. You doing too much in a situation where you should have support. You kind of just standing on this rock, being like the rock of the unit or the rock of the family or the rock of the relationship, and doing all that you can to make it work. It's like, I'm not really motivated to keep doing that. And this is also a lesson that you needed to learn. You needed to see what happens or what comes of it when you keep doing all of that for somebody who ain't doing it for you. Because it's a karmic lesson. I feel like this is a repetitive cycle in your life, Libra. You being the one who like holds everything down, holds everything together, doing the most. And yeah, you do it out of love because you genuinely care for people and you want to see them, succeed, and you want to see them do good in life. But if you're never receiving that much, motivation or support in return, but you keep doing it, the universe is going to be like, okay, so let me keep thumping her or thumping him upside the head so they can learn. So that 10 of staffs is like, it's a karmic cycle. This is your karma. You keep getting in these situations where you have to give all of yourself and you're not getting nearly as much support or help as you need because you consciously keep doing it. It's like, that you're doing too much, but you keep doing it, hoping that things will change. But when you keep doing the same thing and hoping for different results, you know what that's called? Insanity. And you're not crazy. So the universe is like thumping you upside the head saying, look what happened. Look what's happening. You keep doing this, but look what's happening. Look where it's getting you. And I do feel like you're on that last straw. So with this being the end card, I feel like this is like, you know what? I learned this time. I learned my lesson this time. I'm gonna go and do me. I'm gonna do what's best for me because I'm tired of doing what's best for somebody else and getting shortchanged in the process. So you're finding your own sacred space within yourself, turning your energy from outward to inward, thinking of all the things you want to transform in your life. It's still early in 2019. We ain't even 2 whole months in, you know? So you can still get on those resolutions. You can still make those dreams happen. You still have plenty of time to be up and popping by the time Christmas roll around. you know, you have plenty of time to get things happen, to get things jumping. Spring is coming early this year. Spring is when things become in bloom and they grow and blossom. Talents that you've been working on over the winter time, that's when you start getting them out there with the seasons. When you move with the energy of the seasons, that helps support you as well. So pay attention to these universal signs and signals and energies. Yeah, and just like really focus on yourself, Libra, because I feel like once again, whatever you are doing is going to be well received. You just have to invest in yourself. The outside forces, the spiritual forces, the blessings are in store waiting on you. As soon as you start investing in yourself and giving as much to yourself as you give to other people, that's the sooner these blessings will start coming into you or start coming, directly to you. So, I mean, it's a bittersweet reading because you have so much good energy available for your usage, Libra, but you're going to have to get out of that comfort zone or get out of that waiting on somebody else to give you what you think you deserve and start giving yourself what you know you deserve. But yeah, you're going to be all right. I feel like you will. I really do feel like Libra's going to be all right. Y'all pretty sensible people. Being air signs, y'all are smart people because y'all use y'all's mind. You can understand stuff like this. So yeah, if you have any personal matter that you want a personal reading on, just shoot me an email and I will get with you and get that turned around within 24 hours. That's my turnaround for my readings. But yeah, thank you so much for listening and watching. And I'll be back with the next Libra reading sometime probably next week because I'm gonna do Valentine's readings too. But yeah, I am your Empress Divine, Miss Tasha Turner herself. Bye.